as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield looks to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Leopard!
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes this one in for a Brown score. as his guys are in for 6. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Thompson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Throwing on 3rd down. Long. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Mayfield off the play fake. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Mayfield dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
And the Colts getting ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he puts a little something extra into this one. By far his best of the night. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Now, check, Patriots!
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mayfield on first down. Complete. Smith has it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone!
They go play action. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. For Mayfield. He's got it open, then he completes it to Callaway. A very solid gain of 27.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got 4 down.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
4 down.
He'll get it up the middle. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And another timeout taken by the Colts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
To throw on 2nd down is Lott, eluding the pressure right. Got before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Lott. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
3-19!
Following the interception, Mayfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is Johnson. He's got it. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. The 2nd half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, 2nd half. Let's do it. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
11 feet.
After the interception, it's Love. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Right, 675. Rip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Luck now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
We're wrong. Tempo. Hurry. Tempo. 12.
They're going to go. It's locked. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's
It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. And the failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Good! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Play fake. Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for second and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Hey. Leopard!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will make the lead now 26. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
19 yards that time for number 19. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force it incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Luck on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To the air again. Luck. And his throw's going to be incomplete. E.J. Gaines the one that time to knock it away.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Love. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Hauschka with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Fantastic return all the way down to the 20. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
First down carry here for Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Weren't out leverage, running to the football from the inside out. It turned into a big loss of yardage.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Buying time to his left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Colts on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Locke. And incomplete on the deep ball. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Locke on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. It's caught, Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good reception there, the Colts on the march. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Ebron's got it. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Locke.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, it's Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Now it's Luck. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
To your right. Color. Hurry.
On first down, Luck. And his throw is incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Luck throwing again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Flushed out right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.